In 360 BC, Plato unveiled a tale passed down from ancient Egyptian priests. A godlike empire, unmatched in wisdom and power, swallowed by the sea in a single terrifying night. Atlantis, he claimed, lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, a majestic island kingdom of concentric rings, ruled by Poseidon's bloodline and shimmering with impossible technology. Its temples blazed with orichalcum, a mythical red gold metal more precious than any treasure. Atlantean engineers shaped mountains, redirected rivers, and ruled the waves. Atlanteans were said to be half divine, born of gods and mortals. They wielded knowledge of the stars, built crystal towers, and moved ships without sails or oars. They possessed flying machines and vast energy sources drawn from Earth's core. Some legends claim they could control weather and speak across distances without sound. At their peak, Atlantis rivaled all other nations, a utopia of wealth and order. But with dominance came arrogance, and soon, their hearts darkened with greed and pride. They turned from virtue to conquest, expanding their empire by force. Their fleets crossed continents, enslaving distant lands, and challenging even the gods themselves. The gods, enraged, struck without mercy. Violent earthquakes shattered the land. Mountains exploded. Oceans rose in fury and dragged the empire into a watery tomb. In one terrible day and night, Atlantis vanished. Not a stone remained. Plato said it was history. Others called it allegory. But the mystery refused to die. For over 2,000 years, scholars, mystics, and madmen searched. Was Atlantis a real place, a distorted memory, or something humanity was never meant to rediscover? In 1900, Crete revealed the Minoans, Europe's first great civilization. With palaces, plumbing, art, and trade, they thrived until nature struck with a fury of fire and sea. The Thera eruption, one of the largest in history, triggered a colossal tsunami that wiped out coastal cities. Minoan culture collapsed. Sound familiar? Their capital, Knossos, was a labyrinthine city of myths and technology. Could this be Atlantis remembered through shattered memories and transcribed by ancient priests? Plato never visited Egypt, nor Atlantis. He heard the story through Solon, who heard it from priests, who claimed it was older than any written history left on Earth. The priests said, Atlantis existed 9,000 years before Plato's time, meaning it predated the pyramids, Babylon, and the written word itself. A forgotten age erased. Some scholars link Atlantis to the Azores volcanic islands in the Atlantic. Deep ridges nearby match the circular city Plato described, beneath miles of turbulent sea. In 2020, sonar scans near the Azores detected anomalies, grid-like patterns, sharp angles, and massive structures too geometric, too perfect to be natural formations. Others look to the Sahara. The Richat structure, a massive circular formation, mirrors Plato's layout, complete with water channels and mountain ranges to the north. The Richat's rings are aligned with cardinal directions, and erosion patterns suggest it was once submerged. Could the desert be hiding Atlantis under layers of time? As glaciers melted after the Ice Age, sea levels rose by over 120 meters. Entire coastlines drowned. If Atlantis was real, it now sleeps beneath our oceans or deserts. Some point to Yonaguni, near Japan, a submerged site with steps, walls, and terraces. Others claim it's natural, but the symmetry and carving suggest lost human hands. In Cuba's deep waters, sonar has revealed colossal blocks arranged like plazas and roads. Could Atlantis have been global, or were these colonies of a vanished core? Ancient maps like the Piri Reis chart Antarctica's coast without ice long before satellites. Did Atlanteans sail that far, or did survivors map a warming Earth? Mystics like Edgar Cayce spoke of Atlantean survivors carrying knowledge to Egypt and the Americas sparking sudden rises in technology and temple architecture. Even the Egyptians spoke of Zeptepi, a golden age before the flood, when gods ruled the earth. Was this Atlantis by another name, or the same truth told in code? In India, Vedic texts speak of flying machines, lost cities swallowed by the sea, and wars fought with light. Echoes of Atlantis ripple through every ancient civilization. Flood myths appear on every continent. Sumerian, Mayan, Greek, Norse. Always the same tale. A golden people fall, the earth convulses, and the waters erase all memory. Was Atlantis just a warning? A myth designed to humble nations drunk on power? Or was it the last record of a world wiped from the timeline by cataclysmic force? Modern science reveals that civilization may not be linear. Beneath the Amazon, satellite scans found geometric cities, roads, walls, circles older than we believed possible. Göbekli Tepe, built 12,000 years ago, defies logic. Massive stone pillars with celestial alignments. Who built it? And where did they go after burying it deliberately? The deeper we dig, the more we find signs of a world we can't explain. Is Atlantis a memory not of one city, but an entire epoch erased from textbooks and time? Some believe Atlantis wasn't destroyed but transformed, that its survivors went underground, blending with early cultures, preserving their power in secret. Esoteric societies, Rosicrucians, Theosophists claim the Atlanteans had psychic abilities, crystal technology, and ruled with balance before falling into corruption. According to them, the fall came from within. A lust for control, experiments with forbidden forces, and the loss of spiritual harmony. Science without wisdom breeds ruin. Other theories go darker. That survivors of Atlantis became the architects of global power elites who shaped religions, empires, and secrets in plain sight. Myths of gods descending from the sky, Enki, Quetzalcoatl, Viracocha, describe luminous beings bringing knowledge after great floods. Were they Atlantean emissaries? Some argue Atlantis was never human, that it was a colony of extraterrestrials and its destruction was a failed experiment quarantined by cosmic law. But perhaps the scariest theory is the simplest, that Atlantis existed and it fell, and that we, today, are repeating the same patterns blind to the warnings of myth. We push the planet to its limit. We build higher, extract deeper, burn faster. And just like Atlantis, we believe nothing can stop us until everything does. The seas are rising again. Ice melts. Earthquakes grow stronger. Fire consumes forests. And yet, like the Atlanteans, we worship only progress, not balance. Atlantis may not be beneath the waves. It may be here in glass towers, neon cities, and a species convinced of its eternal dominance over nature and time. Plato's myth survives because it's not just a tale of the past. It's a prophecy, a reflection, and maybe a second chance, if we dare to listen before the waters return. Atlantis was not just a place. It was a mirror held up to every empire, every generation, whispering, "Remember what happens when wisdom bows to pride." So the question isn't, did Atlantis exist? The question is, can we exist without becoming the next Atlantis? Because one day, they may speak of us the same way a lost people who flew too close to the sun, then vanished without a trace beneath their own illusions. If this story ignited your imagination, subscribe now. Every week, we uncover ancient truths buried by time, war, and silence. Be part of the legend. Comment below. Which lost civilization should we uncover next? Your voice shapes the next journey. Atlantis was just the beginning, the map goes deeper. New epic shorts posted every weekday, and full cinematic episodes every Saturday. History like you've never seen it, sharp, immersive, unforgettable. This is not myth. This is memory. This is warning. This is fire written in salt water. This is the war drum of time. Atlantis fell once. It may rise again in story, in stone, or in the choices we make. The final wave is always closer than we think. Listen before it hits.